Okay, so on this question, we have 10x plus 10 equals 9 parentheses x plus 1 plus 2. And we're trying to find x. So let me put in a wall of separation. The equal sign is a wall of separation between the left side and the right side. Left side and right side. Okay, so now you know what we're going to do, right? With parentheses, we distribute through parentheses, don't we? So this is going to become 9x plus 9, and then I just bring down the plus 2, and then just bring these guys down. 10x. Oops, it's kind of a big equal sign. 10x plus 10. We good to there. Is that making good sense? So that 9 on the outside multiplies to both of those guys to be 9x plus 9. And the parentheses are gone, aren't they? The way it's like water outside of a floodgate. So when the walls come down, the parentheses are like the walls holding back the 9, the water. So when the walls come down, when you see there's no more parentheses here, the walls have come down. The 9 on the outside distributes in, multiplying both those. Okay, now what do we do? Well, I'm going to rewrite this 10x plus 10 equals, now these two, they can combine, huh? So we get what? 9x plus 11, right? 9 and 2 made 11 there. We good? Okay, now notice at this point, we have x's on opposite sides. X's on opposite sides, right? And so what do? Subtract the lower x from both sides. So I'm going to go minus 9x minus 9x. Is that making sense? So I'm subtracting 9x from both sides. Why? Because then it'll cancel that one out. You see? And I'll have 10x minus 9x is 1x. Let's bring down the 11, bring down the 10. All right. Let me pause there for a second. Do you see what happened on that? So the first step, I distributed through the parentheses. That's what we always do with parentheses, and they're gone. You drop the parentheses, the walls come down, you distribute through like water going through. And then I combine the 9 and the 2 because they're just plain old numbers, the 11. And then when you have x's on opposite sides, you subtract the lower x from both sides. So 9x is lower than 10, right? 9x is the lower. So I subtract 9x from both sides. Notice I do that first. I don't do anything with the 10 and 11. First, I subtract the 9x from both sides. These are gone. Now I got to finish getting x alone because that is our goal, right? That's always our goal on all these problems. X is always here saying, I want to be alone. Get me alone. So our next step is to subtract 10. We do the opposite of whatever's next to x. That cancels that out. 1x or just x. 11 minus 10, just 1. And there we go. We got x on, so a lot more steps there. Let me recap again. We start with distributing through the parentheses. The parentheses come down, the walls come down, the water goes in, the 9 goes to both those. Combine the 9 and the 2 to be 11. And then when you have x's on opposite sides, you subtract the lower x from both sides. So we had x's on opposite sides. So I subtracted 9x from both sides, canceled these out. This made 1x, right? 10x minus 9x is 1x. Then I had to get x alone. So do the opposite of whatever's next to x. I had a plus 10, so subtract 10 from both sides. Here we go. X is 1.